All right, everybody. Hello there. This is Digi Knoe episode number 90. I'm Andrew McCauley. Will Hankey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's finally warmed up here, and the pool is finally not green, which is always nice.
Ah, yes, it's always nice to swim in non-green pools, unless it's St. Pat's Day, of course.
Right?
I'm guessing you wouldn't be swimming on St. Pat's Day where you are anyway.
No, pool will still be covered at that point.
The world has changed in a week since we spoke last. Crazy times, but I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to talk about that sort of stuff because I don't want to go there.
Right. Yeah.
But lots of stuff has been going online as well. The world has also been continually moving forward with marketing and changes around the planet. Things are happening. What have you seen that's been big so far this week?
Well, I think probably the conversations that you and I have been having around reviews is pretty relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of companies that don't have very many reviews, and I'm doing these interesting videos. Maybe I've mentioned them in the past, where I kind of pull up a business and dissect really quickly, look at their SEO, I look at their backlinks, I look at their reviews, and then it's packaged in a little 8-minute video that I send off to the business owner, kind of a cold call, but a different way of going about it, right?
Yep.
And it always blows me away at how many of these sites, or these businesses that haven't claimed their listing, much less have any reviews. And at the same time, how many of their competitors don't have any reviews? Pretty interesting. In some cases, it's going to be pretty darn easy to get ranking in the Google Map 3-pack because nobody's trying.
Yeah, definitely. Reviews are, it's our online bread and butter, and especially with this COVID stuff, we've all been home looking at stuff, and we're looking at to buy things, and it's not just reviews that we rely on either anymore. I look at ads on Facebook now, and I'll see a product and I'll read the comments. So the product itself may have a review, but I'm also now reading people's comments.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, like, I bought I don't know, let's call it a knife sharpener the other day. Yeah, 4 weeks ago. I'm still waiting. But, I'm like, is this legit? Is it a real thing? And so I go through and I read comments and stuff. So it's more important now to make sure that you're giving people a platform to talk about how good your product or service is, and then you can control that platform. But that's what we're doing. We're looking for verification that we're not going to waste our money, lose our time, and we're not going to do something we regret later. So, reviews have been the staple for a long time. Word of mouth was the original review site. You have to rely on your friends to tell you about something. But I think there's a stat out there that's around about 75% of people now trust online reviews as much as somebody else telling them about that product. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about one person's review only. They go through and you sift through, and I think most people read 4 or 5 reviews before they make that buying decision. So, if you've got a business out there and you're looking at, I think you said Google Maps or local business, and there's a list of local businesses who all offer the same service or product that you do, and you've got one review and the listing above you or below you has 57 reviews, I can tell you now, 95% of the time people will go to the one that's got the reviews because they are not going to be exposed as the person making the mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole, we've been looking at a part for our pool that I mentioned earlier that's between $600 and $800. And
the blue water? You're looking for the blue water, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at these different parts, and I'm specifically seeking out the negative reviews to see what they are and what complaints people have, and if they're a legitimate complaint or just somebody who was mad,
Yes.
And that's really interesting about the comments too, because I'm finding myself doing that, before I buy something or subscribe to something, I look at the comments, and it always blows me away that these companies are running ads on Facebook and not monitoring their own comments.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that real? I see, and when that's a good point, because when I see that, and I see a company answering every single question, and even if it's the same question's been asked 1,000 times, literally 1,000 times, I'm like, at least they're answering that person's question, because that person is way too lazy to get off their ass and scroll up and down to see if the question's been asked before. So they just type it in.
Yep.
So good on those companies who have taken the time to go and answer the same question again for the thousandth time. But it's one of those things. It's like there are companies out there who run an ad and they walk away. And I think, to be honest with you, a lot of the time, that's probably an agency doing the ad and saying,
Yep.
"Well, it's not our job. We run the ad. It's not our job to monitor the comments." But the
Yep.
poor business doesn't even know the ad's running, so they don't even know where the ad is to look for to comment back to people's comments. We're going down a rabbit hole here. Where are we going with all this?
Well, reviews are very important.
They are. They are. I think I'm going to do a blog post on reviews. There you go. There's my next blog post. I was thinking about what can I do for a blog post. There you go. I'm going to talk about reviews. Anyway, what else is going on? Like, what's some of the news? Big news of the week so far that we've seen.
Yeah, we've only got 5 different things, I guess, here. Facebook confirms tests of email marketing tools for small business pages. Yeah. So just in the very early stages, but they're going to potentially build something to compete with ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, Constant Contact on the Facebook platform. So another reason not to leave the platform, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, whether they start charging for that ability, what sort of things you can put in an email, how you can tag and segment your audience and that sort of stuff too. So remains to be seen. They're playing around with it. I admire them for the fact that they're always trying to come up with new stuff or different things to keep people on the platform. They're not just sitting there going, we are Facebook, we're the best. They're always trying to come up with new stuff. So a lot of the stuff, there's epic fails that we probably don't even hear about,
Yeah.
And there's other things that have failed miserably in the past that we do know about, but they're always trying. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They move on. But I think they've got the ability to act swiftly, make it happen, test it real quick with lots of data. And if it doesn't add up, scratch it and move on.
There's a decent number of business owners that survive on Facebook too. And so just getting on their Facebook page and promoting themselves and maybe not even having a website, which is a little crazy, but an additional tool like this to them would probably be fairly non-threatening versus, telling them you need to go sign up for MailChimp and learn how to segment and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting way to go about it.
I can tell you after dealing with bunches of businesses over the last 8 to 12 weeks since this whole COVID thing came around, I know lots of businesses that don't have an email list, an email CRM or anything like that. It's mind-boggling. So maybe this will help them move the needle and get into that thing. But what's interesting is we talk about email is dead, and here we are in 2020, and Facebook are saying let's now start using email tools.
Yep. They've released it to a small number of businesses and basically have said, we're evaluating whether these tools are beneficial for people and businesses before deciding whether to expand it further. So I guess as in the famous words of Andrew McCauley, watch this space.
Watch this space. Yep. There you
go. Google coming out with is coming for Facebook budgets with discovery ads. I don't know a whole lot about this, but it's interesting that they're kind of going after some of Facebook's money. That's cool.
What do you know about discovery ads? Do you know much about them at all?
Not a whole lot. I think they just show up when you are doing different searches, and if you like a specific, for instance, if you're subscribed to somebody on YouTube, somebody that you like to watch, it's possible that some of their other, they have an opportunity to kind of market themselves in other ways.
So is this not keyword based? Or is it?
I don't really know. I think it's more along the lines of YouTube and what it's more, what do we want to call it? Psychographic?
Yep. Demographics, psychographics. Yep.
Yeah. There is a new button, so you can actually start your own discovery campaign when you're building ads in Google Ads /AdWords. So you can start your own discovery ads. It says run ads on YouTube, Gmail, Discover, and more.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
we'll have to. I'll have to go and check that out. At Marketing Land have put out an article this week about that. So if you want to go and check out some more about that, go and have a look. Type in Google Ads Discovery, and you'll probably find it on Marketing Land coming up.
Yep. It's also going to be in our show notes, of course, at the bottom. So,
yep.
Google's also making it a little easier to find what you're looking for. And this is related to the featured snippets. So sometimes you'll type in something and the answer will be on there before you actually have to visit a website.
Yes.
But it's a snippet. It's a little piece of that. And I've seen this a lot with how-tos where they'll give you steps 1 through 5, but you need 8 to complete, right? So then you have to click the link to get to that website, but then you have to search for that 1 through 8, right?
Yeah, yep.
So
in the post, yeah.
Yeah. So Google's doing some things to help maybe highlight that, make it a little easier to find that part of what they were featuring in the first place.
Yeah. So I think an example would be like if you're looking for, let's say, what is SEO, for instance, and the snippet that comes up is an article that's 10,000 words long. It's a 15-minute read. And okay, granted, the whole article is about SEO, but if there's a specific part of that article that you're looking for because the snippet comes up, where in that article is that piece of snippet? So you have to go scrolling through or Control F to find out where it is. So, so Google are taking you straight to the piece on the article. It's almost like an anchor text, I guess, taking you straight to that piece on the snippet, straight to that snippet of the article in the article, so you don't have to scroll through it all. And there it is.
Yeah.
I think it's important now that just thinking about that, your keywords, it's more important now to use keywords, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but more important to making sure you're using the right keywords in your articles so that you got more chance of it popping up and getting taken to that spot in the article.
Yeah. The SEO community kind of goes back and forth about this. Do you really want to be the featured snippet where people can get the answer without clicking over to your page? But I mean, most of my clients, when they get that featured snippet area, those pages are still highly trafficked.
I've got one featured snippet, just one piece, and it's still, and this is from 2016. It still brings me more traffic than any other article on my website by a mile.
Yep. Pretty interesting. And you're not always ranked in the number 1 spot in order to get that featured snippet. You could be 2 or 3, but still get a ton of traffic from it.
Correct. Yeah. So it's interesting to see how that goes. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got one political thing that we don't necessarily need to comment on, but I do see that Snapchat removed President Trump's account from Discover due to some of his recent comments. So Facebook has come out and said basically they're not going to censor things that he posts. So back to last week's conversation just around the social media world and how that is affecting politics in general, I guess we could say.
Yeah, so you got Facebook saying nothing, we're not going to do anything. You got Snapchat saying let's get him out of there. I mean, how much is he on Snapchat anyway? And really following him on Snapchat, but I'm sure he's not upset about it. And then you got Twitter censoring everything that, or putting warnings and fact check warnings on it and that sort of stuff too. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, LinkedIn are coming out with a statement in February next year about it all.
That's very true.
I snorted.
All right. YouTube has added some new analytics reports, alerts for merchandise sales within live streams. Don't know a whole lot about this, but back to the same old adding new analytics. Well, of course they are, which is good for YouTubers, and good for live streamers. So I got one of the new Wise cams here.
Oh yeah.
And I bought a bunch. I've probably owned, I don't know, 8 or 9 of them now. Many of them still in the box, but I'm playing with adding a live stream into YouTube. So kind of interesting from that standpoint. As the amount of live streamers increase,
Yep.
That they are, along with that, they are providing them with some more analytics, some more information on what's working well and what is not.
Tell us a little bit about that camera you got. What's it called?
It's called a Wyze Cam, WYZE.
Uh-huh.
They're like $22. I mean, it's next to nothing, and it's HD.
It plugs into your computer just like a normal video
No,
game.
no. This is one that I've got one in the kitchen on top of one of the cabinets. I've got one in the front room watching the front door.
Oh, okay.
I put one on the back porch watching the deck.
Yep.
So they all just pop up on my screen on my phone, so I can look at cameras from anywhere. And it's just Wi-Fi, so no real hard wiring or anything like that, which is really great.
Is it battery operated?
That's the only thing. It's got a plug.
Uh-huh.
So it plugs in, but it works on Wi-Fi. You can pull it up from any location. So, if you know nobody's home because you're at the winery and it pops up on your screen and says that there's action at your front door.
Yeah.
You can pop it up and look at it live and see what's going on. You can scroll back and see what happened, all that stuff. But I'm wanting to use ones purely as live streaming, maybe point it at the bird feeder or something like that.
Yep.
And just play with that whole kind of world of live streaming.
Got it. Nice.
Yeah. And I mean, for a $22 camera,
Mm-hmm.
if it lasts 6 months or a year, fine. I'll get another one, plug it in, and keep going.
Totally, yeah. Awesome. Good. What else we got? Anything else? I think YouTube was one of the last things we had, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. Not a terribly busy week. I mean, there's other things going on, but we just kind of pick out some of the good stuff for you guys.
Yes. Well, where can people find out and see more of our shows?
Every week, we do live on Thursdays at 11:30-ish Central, 9:30-ish Pacific, right? And you can always find us at redcanoemedia.com/digiknow, DIGIKNOW. This is episode 90.
90. Yes.
We're also doing these live on the Red Canoe Facebook page on Thursday. So if you want to watch the live version of us and even interact with us, so you're welcome to do so there.
As all these other people are right now. Thousands of comments. So again, I'm going to spend the next 3 days answering comments from people because they're just coming in from everywhere.
Yep. Well, you have to, so we can keep these reviews up.
There you go. Yes, there you go. All right. Well, anything else? What do you got on this week? Got anything planned this week coming up for you?
No, I got a birthday on Monday, and we're actually heading to a winery early next week. So taking a day or two.
You have to social distance, 6 foot straws, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. We each get our own bottle, so it's a little more expensive.
That's right.
But the wineries are very happy about that.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure it's all part of their master plan and plot to make this sales increase.
Right. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. If you've got, if you want to listen to anything else that we've done before, you can also find us on iTunes, iHeart, Stitcher, Podomatic, and all those other good podcast places that we've got going on too. So, Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Share this with your friends, and I guess we'll see you all next week.
See y'all.
Thank you.